how attractive it is to bring laughter and joy into a relationship. Your husband, your friends, your children, everyone will so much more want to be with you if you laugh easily, if you have a sense of humor, if you don't take yourself so seriously about everything, but you can laugh and there's a lightness about you and there's a playfulness about you at times. That is so attractive that people want to be with you. I also found out this on my walk with God today, because I always take a walk with God on Thursday afternoons before Squad. My sisters are like, okay, any last thoughts, God? Like, what else do you want me to say? What else do you have for the ladies tonight? And so I felt like he said this, that he wanted you to know this. You want your men to be stronger followers of Jesus, to follow the Jesus that you follow. But if you're always angry, if you're always critical, if you're always Eeyore, right? That it's not really too exciting or attractive for your husband to want to follow more seriously the God that you say you're following. Does that make sense? That sometimes we don't realize that critical tongue, that anger that just can't help it, it's just the way that God made me, I just have to let it spew, you know? And your husband's in the spewing range, or maybe it is just like you just give in to the self-pity thing all the time, or you're just always depressed. And there are seasons where we're going to be reeling from something that was really major, and yes, there's going to be a season of maybe being legitimately depressed, but if you're always stuck in that place, and then we're expecting our guys to be on fire to follow the Jesus that we say we're following, it's not going to work very well. And so I think he's saying, you've got to get the joy of the Lord. We've got to get the joy of the Lord. And that makes us so much more attractive to our husbands, and they want to follow the Jesus that we profess to be following as well. Proverbs 17:22 is the first verse to look at here. It says, a joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. And isn't that true, right? It's good medicine. Also, joy and laughter help your relationships stay resilient. When you have a sense of humor, and you don't take everything so seriously, and when you have that inner joy, you're more able to overlook minor offenses and the other person's imperfections instead of growing resentful and hopeless, right? Isn't that true? So you're going to be so much more resilient when you have this kind of sense of humor and you don't take everything so seriously. You're able to overlook those minor offenses. You're able to just kind of say, well, you know, he's not perfect, and you're able to have kind of a lighter heart about it instead of like, every little thing is like the end of the world. It's catastrophic. And now I'm in a pity party mode, and I'm feeling like a victim, and I'm growing resentful, and that doesn't work very well. Proverbs 16:24 says, gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. And Proverbs 19:11, boy, is this a great one. A person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. So, when your husband disappoints you on a more minor level, I'm not talking about the times, if your husband just had an affair or something like that is really huge. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about those times when you're just disappointed. Like he forgot to do that again. I asked him and he forgot. I can't believe it, right? Because we've all kind of had that example probably pop up in our lives now and again. And you're thinking like, what is wrong with this man? Or for me, my example is always, does he always have to drive so aggressively? He knows I can't stand that. But that's like, he just has to drive aggressively. And I can let this just like start to really bother me, like he knows I don't like that. And I can just take offense, or maybe he's had a really frustrating day and he's kind of a little sharp with me, and I'm like, what is his problem? And I should just let him have it, and this is just ridiculous, and I can't, why did I even marry this man? Have you ever had a thought like that? So I'm like, you're just taking offense, but if we can actually have a sense of humor in some of those minor offense moments, right? And maybe even be playful, and wouldn't that promote healing in the relationship? Wouldn't that be a better course of action? So in those moments where there's that minor offense, like he's just kind of disappointed you a little bit, you're like, oh, I didn't meet your expectations. Can you be playful and light in those moments? Maybe even have a sense of humor. Or do you criticize, whine, nag, complain, point out his faults? The first way works so much better. This is honestly what came to mind. Mary Poppins, spoonful of sugar, helps the medicine go down. Is that not true? It's like laughter is the spoonful of medicine that that helps, spoonful of sugar that helps the medicine go down, right? Shall we all sing it together? We are going to sing it together, and you know why we're going to do this? Because it's so goofy. So we will immediately know who in the room has a sense of humor and who does not have a sense of humor. Who can still be playful and is still in touch with their inner playful little child, or who's just like, I am so serious and mature, I could never bow to singing a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. That is beneath me. Only goofy people do that. Well, come on, can we just stop taking ourselves so seriously? So, all together now, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. Who is not singing in this room? I'm coming out to get you. Come on, because you have to have a sense of humor and be playful and not take everything so seriously. And by the way, a spoonful of sugar does help the medicine go down. And so when you're angry with your husband over some minor offenses, or that, he just didn't quite meet your expectations, or you're just a little disappointed, the spoonful of sugar is laughter and being a little playful and being a little goofy sometimes, and it helps the medicine go down better than saying like, you're such a stinking jerk. That does not work nearly as well, I'm just telling you, right? So, a spoonful of sugar, just remember Mary Poppins.